If you want peace, you don't talk to your friends. You talk to your enemies. Do your little bit of good where you are. It's those little bits of good, put together, that overwhelm the world. We learn from history that we don't learn from history. Hope is being able to see that there is light despite all the darkness. We are made for loving. If we don't love, we will be like plants without water. Language is very powerful. Language does not just describe reality. Language creates the reality it describes. If you are neutral in times of injustice, you have chosen the side of the oppressor. Forgiveness says you are given another chance to make a new beginning. Don't raise your voice. Improve your argument. When we see others as the enemy, we risk becoming what we hate. When we oppress others, we end up oppressing ourselves. We must be ready to learn from one another, not claiming that we alone possess all truth. Forgiveness is not just an occasional act, it is a constant attitude. We may be surprised at the people we find in heaven. God has a soft spot for sinners. Religion is like a knife. You can either use it to cut bread or stick in someone's back. Life is more than breath and a heartbeat. Meaning and purpose are the life of life. My humanity is bound up in yours, for we can only be human together. To forgive is not just to be altruistic. It is the only way to heal ourselves and the world. There is a certain kind of dignity we admire, and to which we aspire, in the person who refuses to meet anger with anger, violence with violence, or hatred with hatred. There is nothing that cannot be forgiven, and there is no one undeserving of forgiveness. A person is a person through other persons. You can't be human in isolation. You are human only in relationships. It is through weakness and vulnerability that most of us learn empathy and compassion, and discover our soul. You don't choose your family. They are God's gift to you, as you are to them. Dear child of God, I am sorry to say that suffering is not optional. We are fragile creatures, and it is from this weakness, not despite it, that we discover the possibility of true joy. Though wrong gratifies in the moment, good yields its gifts over a lifetime. You show your humanity by how you see yourself, not as apart from others, but from your connection to others. The way to understand any enemy is to realize that, from his perspective, He is not a villain, but a hero. Forgiving is not forgetting. It is actually remembering and not using your right to hit back. We need to stop just pulling people out of the river. We need to go upstream and find out why they're falling in. Our maturity will be judged by how well we are able to agree to disagree, and yet continue to love one another. It is true that when we harm others, we harm ourselves. But it is just as true that when we help others, we also help ourselves. Thank you for watching and for supporting us.